Welcome back to another episode of the Brawn Body Podcast. In this episode, I'm joined again by Marian Barbu. You might remember him from episode 107 earlier this week. He was on and he talked a lot about his motivation and mindset behind what he's been doing. If you haven't listened to that episode yet, go back and give it a listen. It's only like 15 minutes. It talks extensively about Marian's disease process, which is Osteogenesis Imperfecta, how that's kind of impacted his life and how he refuses to let that diagnosis define him, and how instead he chooses to rise up and work harder and do more and be better. He's really pushed himself to excel athletically despite breaking almost every bone in his body. In this episode today, we're talking more specifically about Marian's journey as a swimmer, so how he got started in swimming, how he got involved in the Paralympics, his international competition, and his future plans to try out for the Canadian national team to compete in the 2024 Paralympics. We also talk extensively about calisthenics because that's been a huge motivating factor and driving force for Marian. And we talk about how you can start getting involved in what you can do to kind of start putting yourself in motion just like Marian did. And now, before we get to the episode, quick word from our sponsors. Marian, welcome back to the show. Really excited to talk with you today about calisthenics, swimming, and so much more.
Oh, happy to be here and can't wait to talk about these stuff.
So, first off, if you're listening in and you haven't followed Marian on Instagram, open up your app, type in Wheels with a Z, Fit, F-I-T, all one word, and hit the follow button because this kid is very impressive. You're going to be blown away with what he can do. I've been doing calisthenics for quite a while, and I don't think I can do half the crap he does. Oh, and he's only 18, and he's got some really crazy diagnoses and all kinds of stuff going on. So he's really overcome a lot. So speaking about that, fitness has really become a huge part of your journey. So what brought you into health and fitness? How'd you get into that?
Well, with my diagnosis, you can't really do many exercises, many sports because if I do like some sport with some contact, I'm pretty much set for failure because I can break anything in my body pretty much. So after I found out about swimming when I was 7 years old, and I started doing it to improve my my muscles and all that stuff, my bones. I found out about calisthenics in 2019, I believe, when I came in Canada, because I couldn't do gym really with all the heavy weights and all that stuff. It's pretty hard for my bones to lift all that heavy weight. So I saw about push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, all these body weight exercises, and I started doing push-ups every day. I started doing like 10, 20, 30, and I progressed slowly. And then I really started, falling in love with calisthenics, and I started to level up my workouts progressively.
Yeah, for sure. I like that. And I like how you said too, for you, you had a different path than most people, right? The door of traditional weightlifting and free weights, that door closed for you, but you didn't stop there. You found a new path. You found a new way forward and you kept moving. You didn't stop because one door closed. You found a new door to take. So with that, what do your typical workouts look like? You share some pretty impressive stuff. Is that what you're doing every day?
Yeah, well, I'm pretty much working 6 times a week. I'm doing like a push-pull legs split, two pull, two push, two legs. Even if my legs are very behind my upper body, many people can see that from the Instagram videos that I do. But I'm really training hard to bring my legs to the same level as my upper body. But pretty much with my upper body, I can do, planche push-ups, the push-ups only using my arms, lifting my whole body. I'm doing V-sits. Everything with my upper body is I don't know how to say it. It's pretty much God level, but with my legs I'm pretty behind, but I still need to work them hard enough,
Yeah.
even if I don't like it. Yeah. Yeah.
For sure. The necessary evil of leg day, right?
Yeah.
So is that your main limitation in what you can do is mostly leg stuff or
Yeah, that's my biggest limitation, I would say. Because if I train too hard on leg day, I might have like a muscle injury or like a nerve injury because I put too much pressure on my weak legs, and that means I might have to take like another 4 weeks out, and coming back from all the progress I've made, starting from scratch again and again and again. It's not cool. But now I want to start slow, steady, and work my way up, and have like a toned body, but a complete toned body. I don't want to have the difference between my upper body and my lower body.
right? You want symmetry.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I like how you said too, you're kind of taking your time. You know that this isn't a overnight thing. You
Nah.
know, in your case, if you push too hard, things go bad pretty quick. So
Yeah.
I like how you're kind of staying slow and steady. That's something that's so hard for people to do these days, right? We live in an instant world, instant gratification. You go online and you can get a hold of someone instantly, text them, call them, blow them up on social media. You post something, you get likes and comments on social media instantly. Everything is instant. No one wants to wait. So I think
Yeah.
that your patience in this case speaks a lot about your character.
Yeah, because people want to see quick results. I get some messages like now on a daily basis, but I get a kind of a lot of messages saying, how can I get the planche real quick? How can I get more muscle in like 3 weeks? And then I always tell them, you know, it takes more than 3 weeks to be at a high level and to see, for example, your abs, or to see your veins pop up on your arms. It takes months, years of training, of discipline and consistency, hard work. It's a lifestyle. At the end of the day, it's a lifestyle that if you really want an insane body, a muscle body, and if you have goals that you want to achieve in calisthenics and bodybuilding and all that stuff, you have to make sacrifices.
You do. If you want to be the best, you got to work harder than the rest.
Yeah,
Train
exactly.
insane or remain the same.
Yeah,
And all those things are stuff that you've shared similar to that, anyways, on your own page. You post a ton of motivational content, and I notice it usually pairs with some kind of like cartoon image or something like
yeah,
that.
anime. Yeah.
Do you make all of those yourself or?
Yeah. I make them myself. I search for the images, the
Yeah,
quotes. Most of the quotes um come online, but I have some that I kind of created them from my own experiences, like the one where I say you know compare yourself only to yourself only and not to anybody else. Well,
yep,
I learned that my on my own,
yep,
pretty much, because before I was comparing myself to to everyone I was watching on Instagram, the big guys, Larry Wheels and all these guys that they're insane. Their pecs have the same size as my head, and yeah, so I was always saying, God damn it, when I'm gonna be like them, when am I gonna be this big? It's gonna take years, but when I'm gonna be this big, and one day I said, why not take it easy, take it slow, take it progressively, watch how I progress over time with my own body, watch you know, how many reps I do today, how many reps I do in 2 days, how many reps I do next week, and see how my journey goes. Not compare myself to somebody else that, like I said, they never, they never had the same, they never lived the same stuff as me. They never had the same problems as me. They pretty much they didn't go through the same stuff as me. So, yeah, compare
you're
yourself
right.
to yourself.
You're right. They didn't go through the same stuff as you. And I think that's what makes you the stronger person in this sense, right? So easy times create easy people, right? It's easy for someone who's gone through their entire life without any problems to be like, yeah, life is good. But when you get bumps in the road, when things don't go as planned, and when life gets hard, that's when the test becomes real. That's when you find out who you're truly made of. And a lot of people, when that test comes about one day, if they've had an easy life, easy choices,
And they're gonna
they,
crack.
yeah, they fail.
Yeah,
So sometimes that obstacle that was in your path becomes your way forward. And the next
yeah,
time you see an obstacle in your way, instead of viewing it as an obstacle and stopping or turning around, you look at it and you say, well, the last one was bigger. I plowed through that. I can plow through this one.
yeah.
And you start to build some momentum. And I think in your case, that's really what you've been doing is you just keep snowballing and building momentum. You push harder, you get stronger. And I mean, you're at the point now where I don't think anything can stop you, kid.
Yeah, well, mentally, I'm a big advocate of mindset. I always say the mindset is the most important thing in everybody's journey. You can build insane body, workouts and all that stuff, but the mindset, you have to work on that, and nobody can help you with that. If you're going through stuff, depression, or I don't know, you somebody in your family passed away, or a mental barrier, you have to beat that yourself. Nobody can help you with that, because at the end of the day, it's your life. If you can't beat that, you're going to be stuck in the past forever, and you're never going to improve or become better than you were yesterday.
Exactly. So, with this mindset and with your physical training, how does that carry over to swimming? What exactly does Paralympic swimming look like? How does that compare to like Olympic swimming or what we consider competitive swimming? Is it the same? Is it different? What are we looking at here?
So the trainings are pretty much the same. Well, maybe a little different, because depends on everybody's diagnosis and all that stuff. But for me, at least, I don't have that big of you know that a big of a diagnosis that makes me that much different from normal people. I'm just shorter than the average, but I still can keep up with the normal guys. Me personally, I train with a normal team, normal guys. I do the same trainings as them. Even if I'm a little behind, I can still keep up with them, even with my problems and my weak legs. But yeah, it depends on everybody. But for me, it's not that different. I do the same thing as everybody else.
That's awesome. So, how far do you swim in an average practice?
I would say between 4 and 6 kilometers
That's a
in
lot of
two
swimming,
hours.
bud.
Yeah,
Wow.
6 times a week. Between 4 and 6 kilometers a day, 2 hours.
So, in English, like American terms, that's like about 3 to 3.5 miles a day,
Yeah, I think
five
that's it.
5 to 6 times a week. That's a lot of swimming
That's
there.
yeah.
Wow.
Plus
Uh,
the trainings in the gym and calisthenics and all that stuff.
right, and you're probably doing a lot of intervals, right? Like speed up, slow down.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
not a whole lot of steady state. So it's not just 4 to 6 kilometers. It's hard 4 to 6 kilometers.
Yeah. People always say, they ask me, so how much do you rest during your workouts? And I say, well, the max I rest is like 1 minute. And they say, no, it's impossible. You cannot swim 2 hours continuously. And I say, yep. If you swim every day at that level of international competition with the team and all that stuff, you're gonna get there. Like 2 minutes of rest is gonna be like the holy grail of rest is gonna be like 2 hours. But yeah,
Right. So how much traveling do you do for swimming right now?
now with Corona, it's kind of tough.
That freaking virus.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to travel. But my last competition, I remember, was in 2019. It was an international competition. It was in Texas, Dallas, and it was it was amazing. It was
Yeah,
like actually my first time traveling to another state, actually to another country, pretty much, for a competition. I represented Canada back then, and I got like third place and second place, actually, for 50 fly and 50 crawl.
that's awesome.
Yeah, and it wasn't easy. It was against the people that were that participated to the Paralympics in 2016, and Me, I was like a new kid that new to everything, new to international competition, all that stuff. And when they saw how good I was, they told me, I'm not gonna forget you. Now we got our eyes on you. So yeah, it
You
was
got
an
people
insane
watching.
experience.
What was it like in Dallas, Texas? That's a little bit different from Canada,
Oh, the weather,
huh?
the weather. Jesus, here it's like the winter is like so cold. Like Jesus, you can throw water outside and it freezes instantly. And there it's like you can stay like in like a t-shirt and short pants, and that's it. You're good. Even in
Yep.
it's so hot out there, and yeah, but it was
For,
super nice. Really
for,
enjoyed it.
for sure, a little bit of sunshine there. That's really cool. So, do you have any competitions planned in the near future? Anything on the radar?
For now, it's still the off season, but soon I'm gonna have the Paralympic trials in Toronto for not these Paralympics because it's too early, but for the next Paralympics I'm gonna have the trials for them, and I'm actually gonna have a competition in Tampa Bay.
That's awesome.
Uh, next year.
So, you've got the trials coming out. When would the next Paralympics be that you would be competing in?
Uh, I'd say what it's like 4 years.
So,
Tw-
2024, roughly?
yeah, roughly 2024. I think I should be there
Cool.
if everything goes to the plan. I
That's
should be
awesome.
there.
And when are you going to be in Tampa Bay?
I should be in Tampa Bay around January, February of next year,
Yep.
when Corona things calm down, and hopefully everything comes back to normal.
For sure. Now, do you live stream that swim meet on your Instagram at all, or is there a way people can tune in and watch it if you know?
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be televised because it's international competition. It's
That's
actually
awesome.
Yeah, it's actually bigger than the one at Texas. But yeah, if not, I'm gonna live stream it for sure.
That's awesome. So we'll see you on the TV. Look at
Yeah.
that. You're already making names for yourself, man. I told you I could see you in between our little break there. I told you I could see you on like a TED Talk someday. Seems
Yeah.
like you're already there, man. International TV. You can't really get much better than that.
Working my way up, like I'd be very happy to do a TED Talk in the future. Who knows?
That's awesome stuff, man. So a lot of cool calisthenic stuff that you do, right? Planche, V-ups, all kinds of push-up variations, all kinds of cool stuff there. You've really come a long way with your swimming too. You're kind of making me think I should probably get back in the pool here because I'm okay at swimming, but I'm nowhere near as good as you are by
you
any
you
means.
should you should you should. I highly recommend if you want to do, and for everybody else, if they want to do like some type of cardio, non-impact, do swimming. Pretty
Yeah,
much, in my opinion, the best non-impact cardio you can ever do. And you don't have to do it like me 6 times a week. You can do it even like twice a week. It's gonna impact your mental, your body in a way you never experienced before.
for sure. And like we talked about on Monday, that mental energy, once you start to form it, man, it seeps over into every aspect of your
Exactly.
life.
Yeah.
You get a little more confidence, a little more energy, and then the next thing you know, instead of just being where you were, you're miles and miles ahead.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's awesome stuff, man. Other than Instagram, is there any way that people can reach out to you with questions, or do you sell training programs or anything like that at this time?
For now, I only trained one person where they wanted to improve their planche, and I trained them. I'm not qualified or anything for now. I'm
Yep,
planning on getting my qualifications maybe this summer or by the next year. But Instagram is like the best way you can contact me. I'm always active there. You can contact me on my email as well, mariankbc at yahoo.com. But on my Instagram, I'm always there.
for sure. And in addition to training and stuff, we'll see if we can get some speaking opportunities for you so you can practice for when you're on your TED Talk there.
Of course, I'd be very honored and happy.
Any other training advice or any other just insight in general you'd like to share with anyone listening in?
From my experience, I injured myself a lot training. Even training, I dislocated my shoulder while I was doing like assisted one arm push-ups. I broke my back actually last year at the end of 2020. I broke my back from doing pull-ups on a pull-up bar. Pretty much the pull-up bar fell, and I fell from like 2 meters on my back, and
Holy cow.
yeah, my back broke. Almost got paralyzed from that, but hopefully nothing nothing really bad happened there. But you know train, push yourself over your limits, but at the same time you have to know your limits so you don't injure yourself. Like, I rather have you you know do less than do more and injure yourself, and then take like, I don't know, 2 months of doing nothing because you got injured from stupidity, because
Yeah,
I did that. I did that over and over again. And I really recommend you stick to your own limitations, but you should always aim to push yourself a little bit more and more and more as each training arrives.
for sure. I see a lot of people falling into that trap, especially weightlifters, right?
Oh
They
yeah.
they start throwing around weight on bench press or squat, and they just want more weight, more weight, more weight. Well, their form is trash, absolute dumpster fire. And it's like, sure, you're moving more weight, but you're going to destroy your back. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow,
But
but
in time,
give it a
in
couple
time.
months,
Yeah.
and I'll see you in the PT clinic. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, I think that's sound advice. Slow and steady. It's not an easy route, but it's
uh,
the best one for you. You know,
exactly.
I tell people too, if you stay consistent about things, even if it's 1% better each day over the course of 10 years, as opposed to, 50% better one month and then 40% worse the next month, constantly back and forth, yo-yoing. I mean, not only is that going to hurt you physically, but mentally, that's exhausting. That's draining. It's
Yeah,
a lot
you
easier to just go slow and steady than it is to take one step forward, two steps back.
yeah, you might even end up hating going to the gym or working out because, yeah, you're pushing yourself maybe too much.
For sure. Well, with that, Marian, thank you so much for your time, man. It's been a honor having you on the show. Really looking forward to working with you again in the future here. Like I said,
Thank
we'll see if we can set up some speaking opportunities and different things for you, man. For those listening, again, make sure you follow him at Wheels Fit on Instagram. If you don't, you're missing out on some high quality content, some awesome workout stuff, some motivational stuff, things that people really need to see. So make sure you do that. Arian, thanks again, man.
Thanks for the opportunity, and it was fun.